So cute.
I know, right? Can I say it is really great that nobody signs up until after about 3 drinks? That's really awesome. I like that. So I have 2 that I've already read, so if you've been here, shut up. And 1 that's new, so I'll sandwich them so it seems like I'm doing an entirely new thing. The first one's called Irish Sea. And I can barely read my own handwriting, so bear with me. I met a girl on a boat. You were sick, the Irish Sea, all gale force winds and 10-foot waves. You took a pill and passed out in your chair. I woke you up to eat cheap sandwiches. There were girls in matching outfits, some sort of sports team. Little maple leaves on their chests said they were Canadian. They tried to sleep on the floor, which they're not allowed to do, fighting off nausea. My legs don't wobble, my stomach doesn't churn. The girl I met was Irish. We compared passports. Irish or green? Hers was red, an English passport. Mine was blue, with not nearly enough stamps to matter. She lives in London. We talk about what she did, and what I do, or what I did. Her sister lives in Ottawa, but everybody's sister lives in Ottawa. I left her to her phone for a minute, walked out into the duty-free shop. A kilo of milk chocolate, almost comically large. You'll like that, so I buy it. I shove it in my bag where it melts a bit. We ate it for a week. Maintained our blood sugars, keep us from fighting. Every time we got hungry, we broke up. In Ireland, in Germany, in England, and one last time in St. John's. But my belly was full that night. When we got off the boat, an Irish girl broke my spirit. You looked me in the eye and said she was a bitch. So that's how. This one's longer and it's going to take me a second, so just 1 second. This one's called Effort, and it's meant to piss off anybody that writes with a thesaurus.
Yes.
Write lyrics like spreadsheets, crunching vowels, calculate the isotopes with a breathtaking numerical accuracy, in the vein of vain attempts to overcome the show-off tendencies of artists who either exhibit or inhibit illicit flow to illustrate or frustrate concerns of existence. Beyond adherence to pedagogy and poetry, more concerned with rhythm and number and pattern, who gives a sweet, miserable fuck? Who gives a sweet, miserable fuck what the stress is on the 5th syllable in the 3rd stanza? Lyrically despondent personal correspondence for a publication which says more about what you know and who you're willing to blow than what you feel and who you are. Computer says no, statistically impossible, synaptic haiku, a seizure. 5, 7, 5, 5, 7, 5. Musical Ronins and go-go gadgets of talent, extendo pole and flying nimbus as you train like Son Goku, hyperbolic chamber where time is but an illusion and a collapse. True Saiyans are warriors from the womb until death, and over 9,000 years later, the scanner short circuit implodes and explodes. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Right on the clouds with a light so hot that it burns on thought, not contact. These aren't constants, they're variables. Electron microscopes cranked up to 11 to try and hear the angels sing. Large hadrons and small dreams, no love. Just Roman numerals, XIV, HIV, blood transfusions in the realm of be positive, but I'm a pessimist. Negative Nancy at the tail end of human evolution. Flesh and bone constructed to a double helix blueprint. Like cheap clay, plasticine, or scented Play-Doh that all taste the same. In the hands of some master. But you have no masters. No God, but Darwin. I never asked to be born. Slamming the door to your bedroom. All 23 chromosomes making 46 parts of your brain. They all scream. Neurons fire from the deepest, darkest recesses of your sulcus. Talent, no intent. If you should so choose to end it all, not with a bang, but with smoke and a whimper, then your memory's forfeit. Contribute in some meaningful semblance of sarcasm and wit. A simple aesthetic medication, pot remedies and repressed memories. of synesthesia. Smell the colors and taste the sound of pen on paper. But you don't use a pen, and you don't even know what paper is. The mills are shut down. You didn't learn cursive, and I don't remember it. Just a bright white rectangle to stare at for hours on end, flashes of light for thoughts. Everyone gets a rectangle. Some of us get two that vibrate in your pocket when you get bullied. Like buttons, but no dislike, because if you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything, unless you're outraged and full of spite and bile, and imbalanced in the 4 alchemical humors. Apply the leeches and donate them to the Red Cross. Your belly is full of sea monsters, and so you suffer from melancholia, cholera, whooping cough, dropsy, cancer, tinnitus, athlete's foot, and human nature. No one is left behind. New math, new science, rote memorization of equations, line after line, no thought processes, no arguments, no relations, just the theory of relativity and lust for your relatives. Do they dream in black and white? Do they dream of electric sheep? Do they even dream at all? Is the consequence of IQ tests and Scantron graded intelligence creativity? It makes me want to scream! Drown it in the fucking bathtub, burn it, and leave the scuppered metal frame, ashes and bricks to throw through windows, in the parks and streets, car radios and clock towers sold for cheap homemade booze. Another thing. Rip out all the copper in your walls for scrap metal, dance around the fire while the wild things are. Let the wild rumpus begin and end. And you're still hollow. No happy medium, no way to converse with the dead, just Ouija board bullshit in excess in the pursuit of Dionysus. Trepidation just to let the light in. Demon possession is illegal in the eyes of federal and Vatican law. Spread them, lean against the car as they frisk you and plant the seed of doubt in your genes. But if you have the right to remain silent, I really hope you don't. I think I might have one more. Let's see if I can find it. That's not it. That's not it.
Maybe more beer will help.
Usually. How do you think I wrote these? Right, drunk, and sober. Or not at all.
Adam, put the podium back a little. It's falling off the front.
Not my fault. I have one that I've read a couple of times, but I really like reading it. So I'll read it again. It's called Ultramar Summer 2012. And everybody that's laughing knows what it's about. I will fucking kill you! Wally, I will murder you! She's 5'2", dark eye makeup, pounding tiny fists on the gas station window. Her job, which she quit within 6 hours. Wally was balding. Wally was balding before his beard beard got a chance to grow in. She's at the pumps now, mashing on a tiny little button which corresponds to a bell, which I can't hear, but Wally sure can. This is the old edit, so she was saying. He waves a box cutter in the window. Want to go for a walk in Harborside Park? I smile, but I don't get the reference, so she explains it to me. Someone got stabbed in the throat down in Harborside Park. I got to watch people cross the police line, going to fancy restaurants. Saw a bride getting her picture taken, standing on bloodstains. I don't understand why Wally's talking about this, but she explains it. The guy who stabbed him used to come in here most days, give me candy and call me pretty. I look her in the eye. Want to go for a walk in Harborside Park? It's 5 a.m. She's been drinking since 9. Her shift is over. Harborside Park is way too cold. She just leans on me a bit to stop the swaying, and I walk her home.